Oh, hello there. How are you?
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Hi. Hi. Hey, what's up?
Hi,
Hey.
hey, hey, hey,
Hey.
ho.
Hey. Hey.
We're
Hey.
alive. It
Hey.
is Saturday evening, not Saturday morning. I did a terrible job promoting that because I've been sick, but we're here. The show must go on. It is Love Wrestling's independent wrestling show for exposure with my good friend Blair Pacheco. That sexy, sexy stud.
Hi.
Hi. What's up,
I,
buddy?
I'm a little concerned that you're about your health and well-being.
Yeah, I am too. So the entire family is ill.
Yeah.
I never get it. So I caught it yesterday. I think I just have a head cold though. I don't think I have the full blown like bug that everybody has been going around. But yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely have not been feeling the greatest. But the show must go on. It is LPW week.
We're in the evening.
That's why we're in the evening
That's why
because
we're
we
in
have
the
to
evening.
bring in reinforcements for this thing.
We
But yeah,
do.
we're here to do the damn thing.
Bring in reinforcements for the fight.
That's right. That's right.
And
They're coming off the heels of the Oil Rumble yesterday.
yeah, maybe I'm sure our guests will be able to give us a recap of that.
I
And we
hope
got
he can.
We got Boss Man Jones in the comments right now. I can't say
Boss man.
the other word because it's only 2 minutes in, and
Benny Love coming in hot. He'll correct us if we mess up something.
I don't want to have to super chat money already to make up for what we call him. So
What
but
you call him?
well, it's his nickname.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not feeling well. Besides that, how are things in the world of Pluggo?
Good.
Yeah,
Hanging in there, living.
yeah.
Can't complain.
You're surviving.
Surviving one day at a time. Scrapping and surviving. Good
Hell yeah,
times.
hell yeah. Well, as you said before, this is LPW week.
Yes, it is.
The oil rumble was yesterday. LPW 33 is this upcoming week, Friday.
Yeah.
And we got
Yep.
LPW clandestine the night before. So we're gonna get the down low on all that. Should we bring in the
We
guest?
might as well. We got to get
Yeah.
him before his voice runs out from all these shows he's calling this week.
The man is he's knocking him out of the park. It's like Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire in one.
He's
Like
on
that?
steroids.
He's jacked up.
He's juiced.
He's jacked.
Jacked and juicy.
Jacked, juicy, and a certified beauty.
It's Boris. Hi, Big Bad Boris.
Minus the steroids, yes. I am certainly juicy, not so much jacked. Blair, are you like in a hood indoors?
I do have my hood up a little bit.
Is this a fashion choice that I'm not aware of? Am I not
Yeah,
down with
it's
what the cool
strictly
kids
just
do?
a comfort thing. I'm like, I just kind of want to be enclosed in my hood, my hoodie back there.
Dustin's in the house. What's up, Dustin?
Spencer, I have a question for you. This picture of that we are all laughing about in the chat, can I share that? Because we can zoom in and we can play the game of who looks most shocked. Or is that for something we're keeping? I should have asked this off the air, but hell, we do everything on the air. Do not show. Okay, I will not. Fair enough.
So, Boris, you were at the Oil Rumble yesterday.
I certainly was.
Give us some quick thoughts on it because we've yet to see the footage. The matches, we know the boss man. He hammers down, and we know he's going to get those out soon. But can you give us a little teaser, little spoilers?
It was quite an adventure yesterday. We had some technical difficulties with the ring was on like a platform in the end of the arena, and we were all taking a group picture. And at the most opportune time in the world, the one corner of the ring went through the platform and scared the bejeebers out of us. But there will be much to be said and shown about all of that later. Always a great vibe in there. Like I got probably another 8,000 people, lots of kids, super fired up crowd. 5 great matches that actually have a lot of effect on the future of LPW going on in the next few months. Great fun, always great. Lucky to be there. Old Kings are great, and yeah.
Mrs. Pluggo's in the house too, Boris. She's come to see you.
No, take care of Mr. Pluggo. Oh yeah, Melissa says hello to Pluggo. She said, "Make sure Mr.
Oh,
Pluggo,
nice,
you
nice,
tell
nice.
him that I
Mrs.
say hi."
Pluggo's also sick. We're all sick. We're all dying. We're all dying.
I didn't sabotage it, but I think that my
Boris
extra
probably
poundage might have been,
sabotaged it.
yeah, my extra poundage might have been what put it over the edge.
Okay, I have a question before we talk LPW. I asked Pluggo yesterday. I sent him a text. I said, "Do you have any celebrity crushes?" He responded
That was
with no.
weird.
I know there's a reason why. Boris, do you have any celebrity crushes?
I have
And this is a judgment-free zone. Judgment-free.
Not sort of, kind of. Like, I have like wrestling crushes, and not crushes, but like women that I am attracted to. Everybody, I think, has, this is going to go off the rails, and I apologize, but I think everybody has like I don't know how to word this. Somebody off the beaten path that they have a weird thing for. Like, I had back in like,
don't judge.
Back in the middle of the heroin days, I had a big thing for Courtney Love. And the more heroin out she got, the more that for some reason.
Oh my God, Boris!
Wow,
I thought you were
go
talking
off the rails.
I thought you were talking your heroin days.
No, not my heroin days. No, I don't.
Back in the heroin days.
Do I look like? No, back like, and the more like junkied out that Courtney Love got for some strange reason, the more that I was attracted to her. Like, celebrity crushes, when I was like, like 14 years old, I had a big Alyssa Milano thing, but I think every guy my age did. Right now, I can't. Nothing springs to mind. Big Kelly Kapowski thing going on back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tiffany.
My celebrity crush is Mrs. Pluggo.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, smooth like butter.
Okay,
but
since
if she's still listening, she can vouch for the fact that I don't ever sit there while we're watching something and go, "Yep, nope, I never do it," and she gets mad at me for it because she has plenty of celebrity crushes. And,
we will fully admit if there is an attractive person on TV in this household. Like, we'll say it. Since the reason I brought it up is because we were watching Shores yesterday, catching up on season 4, and I started thinking about celebrity crushes, and I thought it would be a good topic to bring up because a couple of mine are a little bit off the beaten path.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like we listen and we don't judge.
Of course.
Reba McEntire.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Reba McEntire is just fantastic. Like, just fucking top notch. And the other one.
8 minutes.
What's that?
You said the F word at 8 minutes. Is that too early?
Probably. I will send in a super chat. So
I love that Ryan said BLAIR. I get it.
Yeah. So,
hey man, you do
this next one. I mean, I'd seen a movie they were in, and I was like, yep. Helen Moran.
I don't know who that is.
She played. She was in the Fast and the Furious movie. She played. What's his name? Jason Statham's mom in that franchise. She was also in Red.
And the Furious movie, like
she was in Red with Bruce Willis, and she was in some other stuff too. Was she in the Queen's Gambit? Maybe.
Are we talking like Helen Mirren?
Yes, Helen Mirren.
Okay, there was a joke on The Office about that.
Yeah, Helen Mirren.
You're drooling over a Soviet era Russian. That's a Dwight Schrute quote.
Blair's into a single mom who works 2 jobs and loves her kids.
Like,
I can see that. Now I'm envisioning that intro to the Reba show with you just subtly behind her, just as she's like, just holding.
I'd help pump up her tires to let her know that she's doing a good job. So.
Now, are there attractive people in movies and TVs? Yeah, but not that I ever crush on. I'm like, all right,
I think that they are just, they're just my crushes,
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's fair. It's fair.
Drop your celebrity crushes in the chat. Mrs. Pluggo would leave me for AJ McLean and the Backstreet Boys. That's been
wow. Was he the one with the chin strap beard?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm like, this is just ridiculous. You do better, is what I tell her.
Yeah.
But, what do I know?
Like, trying to be Abe Lincoln? Come on.
Oh
Some
man.
chin strap.
I
Okay.
I
still
did
don't know
not
who
have
this
Abe
Helen
Lincoln
Mirren
on my
is.
bingo card for the. I did not have Reba McEntire, Helen Mirren, and Abe Lincoln on my
No.
for exposure
Yeah,
bingo
look.
card today.
Nope.
We got to have a little bit of fun here.
Yep. There
Here's
she
your
is,
one
Abe.
chance, fancy. Don't let me down.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Backstreet Boys was I Want It That Way, correct?
Yeah.
That was AJ? Yeah.
Yeah. She'd leave me in a heartbeat for that guy.
Okay. Backstreet Boys were AJ McLean, Chris
Mhm.
Kirkpatrick,
Nope.
Chris
Nope.
Kirkpatrick was NSYNC. Sorry. AJ McLean,
Yep.
Lance Bass.
Nope.
He was NSYNC too.
No. Yep.
AJ McLean.
I hate
Brian.
that.
There was a guy named Brian, right?
There was a Brian in Backstreet Boys. Good job.
Okay. AJ, Brian, Kevin.
Kevin. Yep. You're there.
AJ, Brian, Kevin.
2 more.
Was Aaron Carter or Nick
No,
Carter?
no,
Was he
Nick Carter?
Nick
Carter.
Carter?
One more.
Okay.
You're not going to get this name. I know you won't.
Who's the last one? Okay, I need to see a picture. I need a picture of them now. Let me do some Googling here.
Look at Mrs. Pluggo coming out with her celebrity crushes: Paul Rudd, Patrick Dempsey, and then Kevin James.
That you know what? Patrick
Do I
Dempsey
need-
was that?
Who's Patrick Dempsey?
Was that McDreamy?
Is that McDreamy? That was McDreamy. I thought that was the guy from Step by Step.
Howie, there's a Howie, right?
Oh,
Howie.
Howie!
Yeah.
Seeing Mrs. Pluggo's like top 3,
Spencer's just one of these things. It's not like the other two. Her
Yep.
top 3.
her top 3 explains so much about why she's with you, because to me you are my McDreamy, so that explains so much.
That sounds like an F, Mary, kill. Paul Rudd, Patrick Dempsey, Kevin James.
It does. It really does. I need to come up with some celebrity crushes now. I feel left out. But I just find Mrs. Pluggo to be the most attractive person in the world. So after that,
That's the sound of you sucking up.
That's the
Respect,
sound of
respect.
my heart filling up so much, because like just of all the love you have for Mrs. Pluggo, like
and she's over here like making a list of dudes that she thinks is hot.
and as she's scrolling through the McDreamy like
Yep.
image search.
You would be out of here on the first thing smoking. I would crack my hips opening my legs for Patrick Dempsey.
If Mrs. Pluggo has to go to Gray Sloan, then you're screwed, Pluggo. You're screwed.
Yeah, Grace Sloan, where everything
She's never
bad...
allowed. She's never allowed in Seattle.
Now, here's a
greater
question,
Seattle
Pluggo.
area ever.
Here's a question for you. Does Mrs. Pluggo think that she's a doctor because she watches Grey's Anatomy? Because Mrs. Boris thinks that she could do anything that ever happens medically because she saw it on Grey's Anatomy.
No, but Mrs. Pluggo
She's
is
drilling
the-
burr holes in people's skulls, all kinds of
is
stuff.
the doctor I go to when I need something. Like, I need you to help me. I'm dying, and she'll take care of it. She's awesome. She's a dual threat, jack of all trades, whatever you want to say.
Hell yeah.
You know, her wrestling crush is Finn Balor.
Hers
She calls him hot pants. She calls him
It's a
hot
James Brown
pants.
song.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring this back to professional wrestling. But I try
We
to
are.
be a good man, Ophelia. I try.
Well, we are here. We're going to talk some LPW 33 cool beans.
Cool beans.
beans.
I
Cool-
wanted
cool-
to start
cool
the show like that. We should have just did the cool beans. Cool beans.
Look, yeah, we
Cool
not
beans.
prepared. Cool beans.
Cool beans.
My name is
Boris,
Rod.
have you?
No!
You haven't watched Hot Rod yet? I've watched it twice this week in preparation for this show. And if you
What does-
don't think my LPW written preview that I'm going to start this weekend after I get all the results from the Oil Rumble is going to be laced with quotes from that epic cinematic achievement, you're crazy.
Okay.
You need to watch that like
Okay.
tonight.
No, because tonight we'll be playing Botchamania Roulette.
But that's not for like 6 hours.
The Flames play in 45 minutes, so let's get this ball rolling.
Okay. Well, let's jump right into it, because the producer has spoken.
Also, for the record, I don't know half the card, so
That's
we're
okay.
We're on
Not
schedule.
a shock. You never
We
know
have-
half the card.
We have 4 matches announced so far.
That cup is ridiculous.
Come on,
the boss man has said that we can announce 2 matches, 2 more matches.
But I'd like to get some likes for that, right?
Yeah. We're just not going to throw them out willy-nilly. So
we get 20 likes for that.
Well, I'm thinking we'll do 10 for the 10 for
We're already at 9 likes, so if one more person likes the stream, we can announce one of the matches.
Get us 1 more, we're going to announce a tag team match. You get us 6 more, and we're going to announce the competitors in the scramble match.
And if you get us 10 more, Blair will take his tarp off.
I was just going to say, you give us up to 20, I'll go tarps off for the rest of the show.
Boris, you going tarps off, buddy?
Hell no.
You might, you never know, dude. McSteamy up in here. Might get real McSteamy.
That's how we're doing things. But we're going to kick things off.
Boris, I can see it. We're losing him.
No, I'm doing things back in the background here. I'm with you. I'm with you.
He's working.
We're going to kick things off. A non-championship exhibition. Mars the Specialist versus Casey Ferreira.
Now does Mars like to party, or does Casey Ferreira like to party?
What?
Which one does the stunts?
I don't know what's happening right now.
What do you think about the match, Boris?
What do I think about the match? Well, Casey Ferreira, did you ask me a question and I missed it? Is that what's going on? Why was there all that silence?
No, I was quoting Hot Rod and nobody seemed to want to
listen,
play along.
Because I know we're going to do it all show.
Okay, well, I'll handle the business end of this thing.
Okay, thank you.
Casey Ferreira.
Each match I have a new quote for the movie, just so you know. Just be ready.
Casey Ferreira was in my match of the year last year against fellow short king Reed Matthews. I'm a big fan of Casey Ferreira. I think there is a very, very high ceiling. Last night, we saw Mars the Specialist become the first ever winner of the All Kings Cup. He is riding high and just packing his trophy case. But this is kind of a weird match for him, though, because Casey Ferreira's got nothing to lose on this one. If he can get a win on this, it's obviously going to put him up into that title picture. He's already shown he can go toe-to-toe with the best. So this could be interesting. It's going to be a hell of a match. And
is there anything to talk? Like, I'm going to try to word this because I know how Mars gets. But having a non-title match opposed to a title match, just maybe the pressure of that become a little less. Because
are you saying that he should phone it in?
No,
I don't think so.
That's why I'm saying, like, if he doesn't prepare as if this is a title match, Casey Ferreira is of the caliber that he could steal this win out from under Mars. I'm not saying phone it in, Mars. I've done that once and I won't do it again.
I think there's even more pressure on Mars with it being a non-title match, because this is one where, like, Casey has nothing to lose. Mars, like, he's got to go in there, and I think he's got to finish this one quick. He's got to get in there, make a statement, because if you let Casey get any sort of momentum, build off of anything, it's going to put him in line for a shot.
Yeah, if Mars slips up and he takes an L here, it makes that title picture even more cluttered with everybody pointing the rifle right at him.
Well, we got Ryan Sullivan saying he's got Mars in 30 seconds. He's got Mars winning in 30 seconds. 30 seconds to Mars.
The good band.
That's a pun that you don't get. See, how do you like it when you don't get puns? It sucks, right? God damn it.
I think Casey's part of, let's just say, like, in the West Coast right now,
read it right. I got this match in 30 seconds to Mars. I can't read.
The West Coast right now is just pumping out solid wrestlers. When you look at what's come out of, in the BC area, the past few years, and Casey's part of a couple. It's Casey, I'd say Maxwell Benson, I'd say Rose, that have really established themselves out west. And you're seeing, he's heading out east in a few weeks. I think he's working, I want to say Smash or one of the other promotions in Ontario. He's going to be out there. So starting to make waves. And then even after them, there's a whole nother crew coming up. Like, big opportunity for Casey, and I'm really curious to see what he's going to be able to do with this.
Babe, wait,
That's-
babe, babe. What about Reed? What about the Championship of Salvation? Does that get factored in here to Friday night?
That's always
We remember
gonna-
that. We remember that little look at the end of the
Yep.
year.
We
at
talked
32?
about that. We talked about that a little bit last night. Jack
Yeah.
Pride did commentary with me. Well, Jack did commentary with me last night, and we
Good.
did talk about that. And that's obviously got to rent some space in Mars's head 24/7, because that's another thing that could come into play. So yeah, there's when you're the champ, when you're on the top of the mountain, it's you're teetering. And any chance to get knocked off.
Not a lot of places to hide at the top of the mountain.
I agree.
Picks. Do we want to do some picks for this one?
I'm going to go with the champ because he's riding a wave, but I think this is going to be we're starting off the year with a bang with a match like this. I mean, love it. Love it.
Just give me Mars. Give me Mars. No disrespect to Casey, but got to go with this.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
I could see Casey Ferreira having gold in LPW before the year's out. Absolutely.
Bold prediction.
I'm taking Mars as well. Now we've got one-on-one T.Y. Jackson versus Dean Richter, blocking out the haters. Dean Richter.
I once thought I was too legit to quit, but now I am not legit, so I must quit.
I can't
TY
wait for each one.
I can't wait for whatever our branding is. Oh, I know what our branding is for the next show, and I don't understand that one either. But anyway, T.Y. Jackson last night won the triple threat match and became #1 contender, which is a big feather in his pocket. So he's riding on a wave as well. Dean Richter, heavy-handed. Even last night, he was throwing hands and elbows. I'm a big Dean Richter fan.
Yeah.
This is one of those great clash of styles. Speed, finesse versus just power and drop you on your head. And it could go either way. It's going to be a fun match.
And an angry Dean Richter.
Yeah,
right? He's a little upset he didn't come through last night.
Yeah.
So he's going to be extra motivated.
If TY is the #1 contender, does that play into this match at all? Does that give Dean Richter added motivation, knowing that, hey, if he can pull out a victory, he's got a victory over the #1 contender and should slot him into the main event picture as well?
It continually clutters up that heavyweight title scene, or that LPW title scene. Sorry, I have ice cubes in my mouth.
Right, yeah.
Not a movie reference. I literally have ice cubes in my mouth.
I was going to say, I've never watched that movie, if that's a movie that you're referencing there. But
Nope.
I would say so. I would think it muddies the waters a little bit for the scene. If you're not your freshly crowned #1 contender takes an L his first match after becoming #1 contender. But TY is the man. I rarely pick against TY because I think he can always get it done. He's very talented, and I would love to see Mars versus TY for the Grand Championship at some point soon. So give me TY.
Yeah, like it's good. This one's going to be a fight. It's going to be a battle. Dean Richter always delivers. Like, that he's going to put in the work.
Cage
but
match
I mean,
had TY's match as yesterday as a 4-way. TY defeated himself. Oh, okay.
I've learned you cannot always count on Cage Match to have legitimate information.
Sorry,
I'm going to go with T.Y.
okay.
Jackson in this match, but
No,
if Dean
really
Richter can
just
get
saw
a hold
that
of
and
him
was
and
like,
ground him.
"What?" I got squirreled. I'm on cold medicine. Go ahead.
That's fine. I'll take TY as well.
No, finish your point.
I don't even remember where I was going with it, so I had a
screwed that
thought.
up. I was
I had
like,
a thought, and you just took it away from me.
I'm sorry.
So it's
Screwed
cool.
that
It's cool.
up. The
It's cool.
worst.
That's cool. Cool.
Blair,
cool,
if you
cool,
put a pair of sunglasses on, you kind of look like the Unabomber.
That's what I'm going for.
Jesus.
Is that too soon?
Don't go.
Uh,
too soon. I mean,
I
that was
don't know. Like, that was a while back, wasn't it?
When was that? Like 94?
Like Ted Kaczynski? Is that what we're talking?
Like in Oklahoma?
We're never going to be allowed to do this show again. From Reba McEntire to the Unabomber, you get all of it here on 4 Exposure.
Reba
Yeah.
McEntire's hotness talk with.
Whoa,
What is
whoa.
it about? What is it about Reba that does it for you?
It's not. We're not. This is not a hotness talk. I just think that like it's just a crush.
Well,
I just
you
think
gotta crush it. Looks are part of that. You're attracted
I
to
think
her.
that Reba McEntire, like she's done just such a great job raising that family, you know, as a single mom. So like, what's not to love? She's just done a great job. A great
Next
country
week
music
on
singer.
next week on Saturday Night Live, we're going to be watching the Tuna Bomber, which I just learned about now. It sounds amazing.
Did you guys know that there's a musical about the Unabomber? It's called The Tuna Bomber. That's a shoot. It's hilarious. Please tell me that's a joke. It's the Tuna Bomber. Oh boy.
All right, we'll do one more, and then we're gonna do some. This is how we're gonna do one more. Then we're gonna do. We got 2 Indian minutes because next week we don't have one, so we're gonna do another match, Indian minute, tidbits, and we're gonna wrap it up with the rest of the card and one more Indian a minute. Okay, cool.
Set at a parole board hearing, Ted Kaczynski recounts his life through song in the hopes of proving that he never wanted to be a monster. He only wanted to be a star. Hell yeah, let's do it. Anyway, continue.
All right. We've got for the LPW Challenge Championship, Michael Richard Blaze versus Big Ben Ortmans and his massive hog.
What?
Yep.
Ben Ortmans is not coming all this way to lose. Ben Ortmans is cooking in more ways than one. I believe Ben Ortmans is going to defeat Michael Richard Blaze, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
If Ben Ortman's smart, he will not sneak up on a man who's been in a chemical fire. But he must beat Michael Richard Blaze to earn his respect. So he's going to raise that $50,000 for the heart transplant to keep Michael Richard Blaze alive.
As Randall Graves once said, I don't watch movies.
But no, this match, Massive Hog, Big Ben Ortmans, Michael Richard Blaze, LPW debut for Big Ben Ortmans. Very excited about it. We had him on Beards last week, and he's very, very much looking forward to this matchup. He's excited about it. He's been wanting to get into LPW, so you know he's going to want to show out, and hopefully not make this his last time in an LPW circle. And I think the best way to do that, to ensure that, is you win the challenge championship.
Facts. Spitting facts.
Blair?
Like there are underlying factors here too, because you also have the clandestine society around. Ben Ortmans, he's traveling all this way. He's by himself out there. He's a man on a mission, but he's going to have a full deck stacked against him. And it's going to be tough. He's going to be in for one hell of a fight with this match. And I wonder if the numbers game is just going to be too much if he's going to be able to overcome it.
Yeah, but he's got himself and his massive hog, so it's more of a 2-on-3 situation.
We saw Mars the Specialist overcome the numbers game last night at the Oil Rumble, so it can be done. It's not easy, but it can be done.
So, you guys, Boris here taking Ben?
Yes, sir.
Pluggo?
I'm also taking Ben.
Oof.
Interesting.
Well, listen, until MRB
The turntables have turned.
Yelling at me, I'm always picking against him.
I mean, MRB does say Grainmaker very intimidatingly whenever I see him. I'll see him and be like, Grainmaker. I'm like, hey.
Hello there, Grainmaker.
Yeah. Hello, Grainmaker. I gotta think the numbers game is going to be too much. It's going to be a hell of a fight, but I think he's going to come up a little short in this one. I think the numbers game is going to be too much.
The numbers game.
So I'll take Merb.
Merb.
Okay, so we have
Just for the
Indian
record,
Why
just
are
for the
you saying
record,
it like
he
that,
hates
Rod?
that.
Merb.
Hates it.
How about the Mr. B that goes
Has
around?
anybody ever
Hates
called
that
him
too.
that?
I
People
shouldn't
call
say
him
that though.
No,
he hates wagon wheels. I know that.
I'll just
Which
go
I
with
find
MRB.
odd because wagon wheels are delicious.
I know. That's
Even
what
though shrinkflation has hurt wagon wheels. When I was a kid, they were like the size of a manhole cover, and now it's like the size of a checker.
Mhm.
Or maybe I'm just bigger.
No. Little
No?
Debbie, our Little Debbie's, that's the same down here in the States. If you guys have Little Debbie up there, I don't know.
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah.
Now, we have started here on For Exposure doing Indie in a Minute, where we will give you the deets, give you some graphics about an upcoming show that you can go check out. It may not be on any streaming. It's, it might be just one of those where you have to go see it live. Some of them will be up on YouTube. Some might even be up on streaming later, but we want you to go out there, check out some live wrestling. And we have one for you this week. Happening February 1st at the Toronto Rec Room. Smash Wrestling is putting on an incredible show. You're going to see Carter Mason versus Casey Ferreira, Tariq versus Jason Hotch, and Kevin Blackwood in a triple threat. We also have Vanna Black versus Danny Luna, Jax Williams versus Von Vertigo. We've got Brent Banks versus Charles Crowley, Jody Threat versus Psycho Mike in a champion versus champion match, and you got Fresh Air versus Books and Looks, and Locked and Loaded versus Sinner and Saint.
That's a solid lineup.
That's a solid card. This is going to be February 1st, a free viewing of the Royal Rumble afterwards. So you're getting so much wrestling in one shot, and that's Smash Wrestling. So check out their social media for more information. Head down there, let us know how it is, and just go check out some great wrestling.
Touch some grass and head out to
if there's a show at the Rec Room, it's going to be solid.
That's true. So now it's everybody's favorite time for the show. Hey, it's Blair's Tidbits.
Tidbits! Tidbits! Tidbits, Blair's Tidbits, Blair. Beep boop bop. Tidbits.
That pops me every time.
To start Tidbits, it's the biggest announcement that I think has happened in quite a while. That.
Fair.
Every time.
But a smattering of different announcements this week. We've got at Big Time Wrestling, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Allen Angels at the 2025 Kirk White Memorial Battle Royal. That's happening first week in February.
Nice.
Deadlock Pro has a show tomorrow night. They put their stuff up on their streaming. Violence is Forever defending the titles against the Intergalactic Jet Setters, Kushida and Kevin Knight. GCW is over in London. That's happening tomorrow afternoon show. The JCW World Championships on the line as Masha Slamovich defends against Megan. And newly crowned champion Effie is going to be facing off against Cara Noir.
Did GCW have a show this morning, or am I crazy?
Well, that show will be at 10 a.m. this tomorrow morning, I believe.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, or
unless they had a different show.
Because they have a show in France too, don't they? Or am I crazy?
I think they just arrived in France. No, there is a show in France. It's a joint show with a promotion out there. Yeah, BZW, I think it is.
But for the stateside folks, I looked it up. I think that starts at 10 a.m. our time on the East Coast.
So, we also have announced for the Defy show on February 7th, Marina Shafir defending the Defy Women's Championship against Zamea, who is absolutely incredible. Oh. And announced for GCW, so much fun, Beastman's returning.
Beastman.
I just saw Beastman for the first time in that Big Japan King of the Deathmatch tournament. Beastman's fantastic.
Yeah,
Beastman very much like a throwback to like Moondog, Spot, and Rex. Tremendous, loved it.
And last but not least, always like throwing out graphics for indies you might not, be too familiar with. But SOS has an upcoming show on Valentine's Day, so take your sweetie, go check it out. Biggs and Beretta versus C4. Love C4, one of the best tag teams out on the West Coast. So go check it out.
10 Things I Hate About You. Good movie.
Solid movie.
Never saw it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And people think I'm weird for not seeing things.
I'm thinking of buying a Tercel. It's a Toyota.
Should I lose the tie? Yeah, lose the tie.
It's a solid movie. No?
Oh, there's your girlfriend's sister, the Shrew.
No.
That dude is awesome throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, 100%.
So good.
Okay, so
Sorry, Boris.
sorry.
Not everything's for me.
But how do you know it's not for you until you've seen it?
No,
Yeah.
but I mean these comments you're making, they're not for me. They're for you, for each other.
But we want them to be for you too. We need you to start watching more movies.
There's only so many hours in the day.
Well,
That's true.
If I don't watch Beastman in Big Japan, who will?
that's fair.
That's fair.
But on Friday, we will be watching Ride or Die defend the LPW Tag Team Championships versus Intangible Violence in a hardcore tornado tag team match.
As Boys to Men once said, I think we've come to the end of the road of the title reign of Ride or Die. I think this is the one. This is the one, I think, where it comes to the end. It's going to be a scrap, though. This is one of those Ed Whalen batten down the hatches. You guys don't get that reference because you're not from here, and that's too bad. Batten down the hatches. Oh, I guess, yeah, you would know Ed Whalen. I'm sorry, Blair. I apologize. That was disrespectful. Oh, hey, don't you raise your hand at me, son. I know where you live, sort of. Relatively province-wide. Manitoba, somewhere. This one's going to be a scrap. This is one of those ones where I'm afraid of that I'm that close. Like, for real, I'm afraid I'm that close. If you're in the front 2 or 3 or 7 rows, grab your shit and move. This one's going to get crazy, but I think this is the one. It's so personal. It's not necessarily even about the titles. I know they want to take the titles off them just to kind of stick it to them for all of the things that they've done. But this is a very, very personal war. It's going to be a scrap, and I think the titles are going to change hands.
Hell yeah.
Yes. No.
I don't know if Look. They have held on to these titles for this long. They have been able to defeat some of the best tag teams in independent wrestling right now.
Fact.
I love Reed and Zoe. I think they're great. I just don't know if obviously they have history together. But what about in the ring? They don't have the same, history, the same acumen that Ride or Die does. I think Ride or Die might just have a little bit more experience.
I mean, that is the thing. That's absolutely a very good point. Yep. Pluggo, what say you?
Listen, all I know is I don't like Cherry Little Girl. It upsets my stomach. And listen. All I know for Zoe and Reed is it's going to take the bottlenose, the soul of a bottlenose dolphin to get this win here. I'm just going to keep making quotes of this movie. But no, anyway. All right, here we go. This is like you said, this is very personal. They took out Reed. They messed his knee up last year in 2024. Put him on the shelf for a little bit. He wants to take those titles. He's vowed to destroy the Clandestine Society. We could be sitting here at the end of this show with the Clandestine Wrestling Society, according to Boris, having 0 gold. Because he picked Ben Ortman's as well, which would be a new change of pace. That hasn't happened in quite some time. I will never pick against Ride or Die. It's Ride or Die till I die. I think they're going to get it done one more time. Why not? This would be a massive win, but it's going to be a slugfest. I feel bad for your Boris. You're going to have to put some plexiglass around the announce table or something.
Like the coal mine. I need the Boris.
Yeah,
I don't know. Somebody come up with a more clever name. I think you're underselling one thing. They didn't put Reed on the shelf. They tried to end Reed's career. Let's call a spade a spade here. But I think we can all agree though this is going to be a scrap.
Did he end up on the shelf? Yes.
But this is going to be a war. It's going to be it's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to travel around the building. Yeah. And
is it possible
be there?
I mean. Are falls counting anywhere? Are we going to see some, or got to bring them back to the ring? Because I think a lot of this match might not even be in that ring.
I don't believe it's falls count anywhere. I have ice cubes in my mouth.
It should be consummate professional, Boris.
I am very professional. It's not falls count anywhere to my knowledge. I believe the pinfall does need to take place in the ring, but Spencer also has the ability to amend that should he feel it necessary. So stay tuned.
It's going to be a good one. I'm very
yeah.
excited for it.
Sorry, just forgot to send in my super chat.
It's also entirely possible that Reed Matthews could leave as tag team champion and grand champion if he'd like. Because I said bad words. Swear jar.
I'll own up to it, you know. And hey, I get 2 minutes on screen with that, so
Okay, you can take it.
I'll take it.
So I got Ride or Die. Boris has got Reed and Zoe. And Grainmaker's got Reed and Zoe. Blair.
Wow, did you forget who I was?
I am all hopped up on like all sorts of coldness. My brain is
Emergency and vodka.
Wow.
Yeah. What's your name, Blair?
Dude,
We're at 15 likes though. We're
That's
at
good.
15 likes. So we got to the goal to get to announce the match. Do we get to announce both now?
yeah, I think so. You know?
Okay.
So yeah, we get to do both.
Now we're in it for any super chat after that one. Blair will take his tarp off.
No, it's got to go up to 20.
20 likes or 20 super chat dollars.
20 likes.
USDA.
So the first match we will announce here on the For Exposure LPW 33 Cool Beans preview show. The Rads are going to be facing off against Los Suavecitos, making their debut. Standouts on the West Coast. These guys are very fun to watch. I'm very excited for this match.
Yeah, Blair, we talked a bit about Los Suavecitos before we went on the air, and you were singing the praises of them. I think this is going to be interesting because this is the first tag team match where we're going to see Rich King kind of take the reins of the Rads. We saw him come to kind of that conclusion at the November live event. At the end of that live event, he kind of pulled back from allowing Lumberjack Larry to get involved in the big fracas at the end of that show. So this is going to be interesting to see how the game plan of the Rads maybe changes from what we've seen lately. Los Suavecitos, anytime you go to a new promotion, a new territory, you want to make a good impression, but we're sending one of our best against them. I think that the Rich King led Rads are going to come out with a win on this one, but I'm excited to see what Los Suavecitos have to offer.
Mm-hmm. Like for them, they're coming in where, you know, like, hey, they're just coming in for a match. But the thing is, what a win can do for them if they can pull it off. You know, a victory over the Rads right away is going to push you into the talk about, you know, the LPW tag titles, because, you know, the Rads they're a standard here in LPW. So to be able to beat them, you're making a name for yourself right off the bat. So they've got tons going for them. A Rads victory, I mean, hell, that's going to slingshot them back up into the title picture. So there's some big like overhanging sort of like kind of what's the word I'm looking for, like a lot to build off of with this match. The winning team has a lot of ground to stand on, and I'm excited to see what the Suavecitos are going to be able to do.
So I think you're now underselling, Boris, the fact that the Rads lost yesterday. And Rich has taken the reins as of the end of the year at LPW 32, and they've already got a loss under the belt. Now, if Los Suavecitos wants to come in, this is the time to pick off the Rads because they are still in flux. I mean, listen, I know that everybody tells me they're okay and they're going to be fine, and they are one of the greatest tag teams in LPW history. But there is just something there that is not clicking, and Rich needs to get it under control, and it would go a long way to get it under control on Friday. But are they there? Is Larry fully invested in the Rich plan? Is Rich fully invested in the Rich plan? This is the time to pick off one of the greatest LPW tag teams of all time. I'm calling the upset.
All right. I'd be remiss if
you're underselling it, buddy.
Fair enough.
How was Rich's demeanor after the loss? Now, listen, losing to Paralira is nothing, you know, like it. Good teams lose to good teams. It happens. Like, I'm not saying like their loss was a big deal, but how was the demeanor amongst the two after the loss yesterday?
I actually, now that you mention it, I don't believe I saw the two of them together in the back after that match at all. So that's a good point. We'd be remiss if we did not mention that Paralira, with that win last night, became #1 contenders to whoever is the tag team champions after this week. So that's another wrinkle in the system as well. But yes, Pluggo, very good point. Very good point.
Thank you. I can't remember Blair's name, but I can come up with good points.
I think you even said it wrong there.
Blair. I also very nasally right now. So everything
just call him
like
Mr. Grainmaker.
Mr. Grainmaker. Hello, Mr. Grainmaker.
I'm waiting for you to call the show Between Two Beards now. That's how out of it you are.
I'm not that far gone.
Picks for this one.
I'm taking the upset.
You're taking the upset?
Rads.
I'm taking I'm going Suavecitos too. I think
baby.
I think 2 Suave, 2 Citos, so I think they're going to pick up the victory. Cool.
And then boiled goose for everyone.
Fuck. Okay. So we have more indie in a minute. Like I said, next week here on For Exposure, we're back at the usual time. We've got Dynasty joining us, Jackson Roy and Mikey Truth. So make sure you tune in for that. It's a great chat, lots of fun. So
a really good interview.
Yeah, it was.
They rule, and the reason that we're doing it is going to be pre-recorded is because I will be in Indianapolis for the Royal Rumble, so I will not be available to do that. So check that out.
So because of that, there won't be an Indie in a Minute next week because we had to record it a few weeks ago, and it's tough to confag all this together. So we've got a double shot of Indie in a Minute coming up on February 8th. Down in Thief River Falls, Destination Pro is putting on Supernova. You have the Destination Pro heavyweight champion, Nino Hatchet, defending against the Canadian Crusher, AJ Sanchez. You've got NDS versus Lorbin Cometh. Heavy metal. Darren Corbin and Heavy Metal Lore. We've got Josh Price against Alvin Falcone and Prince O'Shea versus Brandon Gore. That's happening down in Thief River Falls, February 8th. Make sure you go and check it out. I'm driving down for the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. So check it out.
So do we need a Brandon Gore versus Eli Surge match?
I would book that in a heartbeat.
Tinfoil hat versus tinfoil hat?
Yes.
Okay.
Tinfoil hat on a pole match.
Yeah,
there you go.
100%. So last but not least, we have reached the like goal. So we can announce the final match.
No, I don't know this match. This I'm seeing this for the first time. So hit me.
You didn't know any of the matches.
Yeah, dude.
No, I actually knew just about all of the matches. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now you know them.
This one, I've not been informed.
When we first
Bofa match.
Oh,
Bofa.
Me.
Very cherry.
Are you ready?
Just green with
Are you
ready
ready?
right now, Rod?
Are you ready? Let's get some Creed going up in here. No.
Can you take me
higher
to a place where
Well, I just heard the news today. Seems my life going to change. Blabadoo.
Spencer's rocking out on his couch right now, though.
Could you please put the graphic on the screen? The Flames game starts in 10 minutes. You're killing me.
with arms wide open. For the LPW Scramble Championship, we've got Wolfboy Will Mantla, William Taylor, Nasty Nate Nixon, Canadian Goose, Honk Honk, Elliot Tyler, Bayrad Gorani, and Eli Surge.
That is a mass of humanity. Can you throw that up there one more time for me, please?
Is that ring going to be able to hold all of that?
I don't know. Well, no, the ring can, just as long as it's not on the stage. Yeah, wow, that is a mass of humanity. My goodness.
Hashtag anybody but Rat.
Don't even ask me to pick. This is another one of those scramble matches, kind of like we had last night as well. Not a lot of high flyers. This is another one of those kind of knuckle chucker, scrappy scrambles that I think might even be harder to win than some of those high flyer ones. Sheik Akbar Shabazz absent from this show. He will be on a sunny beach in Mexico. That's a little inside information that I probably shouldn't share, but I'm doing it anyway. Wow, I wouldn't want to be Eli Surge right now, boy. That's a tough go.
I do wonder, with you mentioning that Sheik is going to be on a beach, how much of the stuff he's taking to wherever he's going on vacation that he purchased off Temu.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it.
Anybody but Barat Karani is okay with me. That's all I'm gonna
Wow.
say. Anybody but Barat. Hashtag not jacked, not juicy. No, that's
zero,
gonna be
because I haven't
be
seen the goddamn movie and I don't care. That's how many references. 0.0 will be the number of. I'll make Clerks references the whole thing. Okay.
There you go. We get it. Well, I'm pitching, and I am pitching hard that LPW 37 is LPW. I'm 37. That's what I want the branding to be.
Oh, that is pretty good, actually.
That's what I want. It probably will never happen, but that's
almost as good as Big Bad Boris's Low Impact Aquasides Extravaganza. Almost.
You'll have to. The I'm 37. What's that in reference to?
Have you never seen Clerks?
I'm here on my day off. There's gum
honestly
in the steel shutters. My ex-girlfriend's catatonic after fucking a dead guy, and my present girlfriend sucks 36 dicks.
Yeah,
37.
I've seen Clerks, but
go open the video store.
It was ages ago, and like
Dante and his
jam.
girlfriend were talking about how many partners they've had, and he said 12, and she freaked out. And then she's like, well, he's like, well, how many? And she's like, 3. It's like, oh, 3. And then later on, they're talking about something, and he goes,
they meet up with a guy comes in the store, and
they go, I thought you only slept with 3 guys.
She mentions that she went down on him,
and she pleasured that guy, and he was one of 36, and then Dante is 37. So there's a moment in the movie where he goes, I'm 37.
I'm 37.
Gotcha.
That is brilliant. I can never fly, but
I saw it 20 years ago or so, and never again. Like Kevin Smith movies aren't really my jam. I've seen a couple of them. Like
mine.
I didn't mind Chasing Amy.
His name was good.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back I enjoyed, but I think that was just because there were so many other people in that one. But besides that,
So Nasty Nate Nixon, huh? Winning the Scramble Championship here?
It's not out of the question. I actually had a bit of a chat with Nate last night too, and I'm a big fan of him. He has made a couple of you are blessed.
thank you, Father.
Has made he's looked really good in his couple of LPW matches he's had so far. Another bruiser in the kind of in that vein of Dean Richter. Also, we got Elliot Tyler, we got white shirt William Taylor, who's been looking good. This one is going to be another scrappy match. That's a lot of bodies.
Former clandestine of Salvation Wrestling champion. I said that wrong because I'm an idiot. But
you got the entire Zoo World Order in this matchup.
The Zoo World Order's in the house.
We've got some Milky Way Wrecking Crew stuff going on. There's a lot of moving parts in this one.
Zoo World Order.
We are in control.
Or if you will, Zoltag. Spencer will get that.
Zoltan. Let me guess, you've never seen that movie either.
Seen what movie?
Dude, Where's My Car?
I actually did a zillion years ago, though.
Yeah, that's all. I like this. I think you're starting to see some, I don't want to, how do I put it? You're seeing people that they see what LPW is bringing on a monthly basis, and they want to be a part of it. So you're seeing William Taylor, you're seeing Nate Nixon. They want a piece. They see that packed house. They see the matches that are happening there. They want to be a part of LPW, and I love that. So having those two in this scramble match, they're jumping right into the fire. They're going to try to make a name for themselves. But I love the mix of the LPW alums you have in here, the veteran presence. You've got someone like Elliot Tyler, who's you look at what he's been doing in Prestige, and he's showing a whole different side of himself down there. So there's so many different moving parts of this match. I love the potential coming out of it.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be
fun.
this is going to be a good match.
Into the fire. Into the fire. Reminds me of the NWA when it was good.
Cool. So picks.
Wow. Sorry, guys. Jesus.
I don't know, man. This is a
Eli
tough one.
Surge to retain.
Oh.
Just
Can you show me that graphic again? Show me that one more time. I know.
Telling me, Blair.
Aye, Captain.
Please and thank you. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm kind of actually in a weird way leaning
Elliot
towards.
Tyler's not a bad shout, though.
I know, right?
I'm actually leaning towards Bayrat Garani for some reason. I don't know why. That's a guy who's on a roll right now, and yeah, it's this one's a crapshoot. I mean, throw a dart and you could hit a guy who could win this match. It's crazy.
Look, I think this is going to be a very fun match. I got to take my buddy. I got to take Elliot Tyler. I love what he's been doing lately. I think he's going to step into that ring. He's going to come out the new LPW Scramble champion.
I like
Absolutely possible for sure.
Yeah. So, cool. Boris, did you make your pick too?
Yes, I said Bayrat Garani.
Oh, that's right. And Pluggo, you got yours. Okay.
Eli
Cool.
Search. Boom.
Cool.
I
Cool,
like
cool,
her
cool.
no selling me.
Cool.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
That's going to wrap this week's episode up.
That was
so,
that was something for Mom. Yeah, she likes that kind of stuff.
LPW 33 up on IWTV live on Friday. So make sure you check that out. In the meantime, and
9 p.m.
between
East, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, IWTV. No
make
disrespect
sure
to it.
this week that you go ahead and watch Hot Rod on the whatever streaming service that it may be on. Do your research before the show. For myself, you can find me up on all social media at Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast.
Mr. Rainmaker.
Yes. So Pluggo will find out where they can find you, and then Big Bad Boris. So where can they find you, Pluggo?
Affiliate said great stream, fellas. Thanks, Affiliate.
Yeah.
Pluggo, you can find me at Pluggo on all social media platforms. You search Pluggo, you'll see this face. You can find me every Thursday night at 8 p.m. with JPJ from Between Two Beards at B2 Beards on all social media to stay what we got going on there. You can find me with this gentleman every weekend at 4 Exposure Pod on Twitter. We got lots of stuff coming up there as well. And you can catch all of my writings and my previews for this show that we just talked about in written form at lovewrestling.ca.
Cool. Boris?
Don't forget, if you're in the Edmonton area on Thursday night, will be Clandestine Wrestling Society and Love Pro Wrestling Prelude whatever number it is. It's going to be a Survivor style match. There's some debuts, some new blood, some new talent going to be involved in that match, including Asphyxio, which you have to see to believe it's going to be awesome. That is Thursday night here in Edmonton at the Rec Room. 7:30 p.m. 7 o'clock is doors. It's only 10 bones to get in, so you can check that out. Tonight, 10 p.m.
Is it human bones or any bones?
Any bones?
I think
if I get a rotisserie chicken from Costco,
Dude, we crushed rotisserie chicken last night. It was so good. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, tonight, 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, midnight Eastern, over on the Twitch, we are going to play Botchamania Roulette on Saturday Night Live. I have loaded up all 500 episodes of Botchamania on the big wheel. We will spin it, and wherever it lands, we will watch that episode, and we will continue doing it till I don't want to do it no more. And if I have my act together and get it all done, we are going to play my new favorite game, which is this Action Andretti or is this Jack Cartwheel? Only his barber knows for sure. 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, midnight Eastern, twitch.tv/lovewrestlingca. Find me on the X at BBBoris. Find me on the Instagram and the threads at BBBoris1. I'm on Blue Sky as well at whatever it is I'm on. Thank you so much. And again, thanks to the Oil Kings crew last night for rolling out the red carpet for us. There was like food in the dressing room and stuff last night. Man, it was awesome.
Cool. All right. Make sure you tune in next Saturday. Join us at our usual time. We're joined by Mikey Truth and Jackson Roy. Dynasty's in the house. Get ready for it. Those guys are awesome. It's a lot of fun. Thanks so much for joining us. Peace in the streets.